Welcome back to the channel.
It is great to be here.
I'm Elisa.
And I'm Jack. Let's get into the podcast show without any further delay.
Sure. Let's go.
You know, reading through this stack of research, I honestly felt a little called out.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Well, we've all been in that meeting where someone walks in, completely owns the room, and you just think,
Must be nice.
must be nice to be born with that.
Yeah.
Like they won some kind of genetic lottery and the rest of us just missed out.
That is the ultimate cop-out, isn't it?
Yeah.
We love thinking that confidence is this fixed trait, like your eye color.
Right, because then it's not my fault.
Exactly.
Mm.
But the core argument in these sources is pretty aggressive. It says confidence is not a personality trait. It is a technical skill.
Like coding or cooking or something.
Just like that. It's built, step by step.
Which is great news, I guess, but it also kind of puts the pressure back on me. If it's a skill and I don't have it, then I'm just underskilled.
Yeah, maybe the definition is the problem. What do you think confidence is?
I always thought it meant, knowing all the answers, never feeling nervous, never having a single doubt.
And that right there is why most people get stuck. The research is so clear on this. Real confidence isn't the absence of fear.
Okay.
It's defined as the belief that you can handle a situation despite being terrified. It's not about deleting the anxiety. It's about functioning alongside it.
So the goal isn't to stop the butterflies in your stomach. It's to get them to fly in formation.
That's a great way to put it.
But how do we actually do that? The sources point to three main barriers: fear of judgment, comparing ourselves to others, and that negative self-talk.
That last one is huge. And it's more biological than you'd think.
It's not just thinking happy thoughts.
No, not at all. The text dives into how the brain filters information. If you walk into a room repeating, I'm going to mess this up, your brain literally scans the environment for evidence to prove you right.
It's a confirmation bias loop.
Totally. You'll notice the one person yawning and completely miss the 5 people nodding along.
So this whole growth mindset thing isn't just motivational fluff. It's about hacking that filter.
It's about recalibrating what your brain pays attention to. By shifting that internal narrative to something like, I am improving, you force your brain to look for wins, not losses.
But you can't just think your way into confidence, right? I mean, at some point, you have to actually do something.
Mindset is only half the equation.
Yes.
You're right. The sources are really big on this idea that action dictates feeling, not the other way around.
And you can start with your body before you even open your mouth.
Yes. The physical hacks.
This is the classic stand tall advice, isn't it?
It sounds a little cliche, I know, but the mechanism is fascinating. Standing tall, making eye contact, it sends biofeedback to your own nervous system.
It signals safety.
You're physically convincing your own brain that you belong there. And then when you do speak, the advice is kind of counterintuitive.
Let me guess. Stop trying to sound so smart.
Exactly. We think using big, complicated words makes us sound authoritative.
But it just signals insecurity.
Often, yeah. The most confident speakers, they use simple words, spoken slowly. The key strategy they suggest is taking small risks.
So don't aim for the keynote speech on day one.
No. Just ask one question in a meeting, say hello to one new person. You're building up a stack of small wins to prove to your brain that, you didn't die.
And the environment you do that in matters. I saw that note about being the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Oh, it's crucial. If your 5 are super cynical or risk averse, your small risks are going to feel huge. You need people who lift you up.
There's a perfect case study in the notes that ties all of this together. Ahmed.
Right, the listener from the source material. His story is a great example.
He was terrified of speaking English at work. He had the ideas, but just stayed quiet.
Totally paralyzed by the fear of making, a tiny grammar mistake.
But he didn't quit his job or enroll in some intense language school.
Nope. He applied the small risk strategy. He spent just 5 minutes a day listening to podcasts and shadowing them.
Just repeating sentences out loud for 5 minutes.
That's it. Consistency over intensity. It built that feedback loop. He went from practicing alone to chatting with one colleague, and now he leads meetings.
And that circles right back to our definition at the start. He didn't wait until his English was perfect.
He spoke to get perfect. He moved forward despite the fear.
So the formula is really small actions plus a growth mindset plus a supportive environment.
That's it. But the sequence is everything. Progress comes before confidence. You have to do the work to earn the feeling.
So here's the thought we want to leave you with. If confidence is built on small risks, what's one tiny, maybe slightly uncomfortable thing you can do immediately after this deep dive ends to lay that first brick? Not tomorrow, right now.